What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Taurean Rain Reloaded channel. If you are new, please be sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also be sure to have your notifications set to all on all devices. Also be sure to like, comment, and share this content on your various social media platforms. Before I get started with this, I have to give a shout out to Afro Elite for posting this video. I'm not going to play the video on here, but I'm going to play the audio of this haggard heifer named Gina Bontempo, I believe that's her name. She made this very outlandish statement when it came to abortion. Now, keep in mind, I just did a video, a Black Karen video, black, quote unquote, in quotations, Karen, on Kamala the Chameleon. Now, her sentiments right in this video echoes pretty much the same thing that Kamala said, except hers were more vicious. This woman actually said out of her mouth that abortion is worse than slavery. But don't take it from me. Listen to what she had to say.
Abortion's worse than slavery. Well, I don't care if this hurts your feelings. I don't care. Abortion is the number one worst human rights issue that has ever happened on American soil.
Y'all heard that, right? She said abortion is worse than slavery, and it is the worst thing that has happened on American soil. Let that sink in. Now, I don't know how this woman identifies, but she looks like she's of Asian descent. Keep in mind, if she is of Asian descent, these are the same ones that claim that they get so much anti-Asian hate. What did I tell y'all last year when they got this bill? I could have sworn I said that if they get this bill passed, they are going to run amok. They are going to show their ass and literally take it out on black people. That's what was going to happen. And that's exactly where we are with this right now. I told people that is exactly what was going to happen. The fact that she said this, and she said it with a straight face and in tone. Bitch, are you insane? She actually was trying to say that the choice that a woman makes with her body, as far as taking the child out of her womb or getting it vacuumed out of her. Like I told you in my other video, I gave you the exceptions, but them other ones, no. To compare that to slavery, that is asinine. Or not compare. Well, first off, she didn't compare it to slavery. Kamala compared it to slavery. This woman flat out said that abortions is worse than slavery. Now you got to ask yourself another question. What, out of all the tragedies and atrocities that America has done to itself and to its citizens, what and why did she single out slavery out of all of them? She didn't talk about the Holocaust. She didn't mention what happened to, hell, her people. What happened to the so-called brown people of America? She went to slavery. It's a reason why she did that. It's a major reason why she did. And she says, and I don't care who gets upset and who gets mad. To be honest, we're not even upset at that because we're not surprised that you said it. See, she's one of those POC people that I keep telling people we don't need to be lumped in with. Her talking point right there is exactly why I said black people stop with this so-called of color nonsense. Because we are not integrated into that. Every other group, if they want to go around peddling that of color shit, they can go right on ahead and be our guest. But the rest of us, no, we are black in America. And they're going to let you know that. Notice that she didn't use the people of color thing when she pointed out slavery. She actually said that abortions was the number one atrocity in America that happened on American soil. And let's just hypothetically say that chattel slavery did not occur in America. Let's just say it never happened. I'm willing to bet any of the thousands and millions of other atrocities that happen in America would supersede abortion. I'm willing to bet my last dime on it. Hell, if I had a farm, I'm willing to bet the farm. But then when I was looking through like pictures and stuff, I see her like going to talk to the coonstress and all. Listen, anyone that goes to talk to her, unless they're going to check her, gets a side eye from me. And she already got a side eye from me. And I'm sure every black person that had the displeasure and disdain of having to listen to that nonsense and that filth literally vomit. That's literally what it was. Verbal vomit that just spewed out of her mouth. This bitch has lost her goddamn mind if she thinks that abortions was worse than slavery. Huh? Wow. It's crazy because, again, the comparison I can make with Kamala is it's easy for her to say something like this because her ancestors never had to deal with it. So it's easy for her to say something like that with a straight face and thinks that she was correct in her a little assessment. The whole thing with abortions, that can happen with any woman of any nationality, of any ethnicity. And again, it is a choice. Our ancestors did not choose to come over here. They were forced here. Hell, some of our ancestors, quiet as it's kept, are from here. Been here a whole lot longer than her ancestors, that's for damn sure. But see, these are the type of people we have to start checking. Because for far too long, they think they can get away with saying anything that they want about FBA, and we're just supposed to take it on the chin and just deal with it. No, hell, nope. Nah. And let me say something else, and this is an assessment that I can give to black men and black women. I'm gonna start with black men. To the black men, these are some of the so-called feminine women that y'all go after y'all claim that black women are so goddamn masculine. Look at what she said about your ancestry. If you even give a damn. Because some of you think with the head between your legs and not the one on your shoulders. Although that might be an understatement because some of you don't think at all. So why even have a brain? And to the black women, these are your so-called allies, your so-called feminist sisters, and all of that rah-rah not crap. This is what she thinks of your ancestry. If you even give a damn about your ancestry. Like I said, keep in mind, she didn't say that about any other group, but she made sure to say that abortion was worse than slavery. And she did not miss a beat. She did not stumble over one word. She did not stutter. She said what she meant and meant what the hell she said. And I believe this woman is married and has a child based on pictures that I've seen. And I think she has it on her bio that she is married or something like that. But that doesn't change a damn thing. The coonstress is married and look at her mindset. So these goddamn POCs, this is your POC right here. This is your POC. Y'all can have it. Don't lump me into the category with people like that. I will be fine on the black side, preferably the FBA B1 side. Thank you very much. But to all you others that think you're going to straddle the fence and be holding hands and being buddy-buddy with people like that, have fun with that all by your damn self. You're going to be living on that island alone after a while when they desert you. Okay, so I had to add in this other piece of commentary that she just added in now. This part that you're about to hear, this is a couple days later. And you can tell because I switched the picture up. But I guess now she's piggybacking off of the pushback and criticisms of what she said in the first part that y'all listened to at the beginning of this video. Well, listen to what she came back with and just listen to how ridiculous, even more ridiculous that she sounds, because she already sounds ridiculous as it is. But now she sounds even more ignorant and stupid.
For many of you you to hear, but did you know that Black people are not the only race to have historically experienced slavery? I know this is shocking, but pretty much every civilization in the history of mankind, at some point, their ancestry owned slaves. Because slavery was a worldwide human rights issue for a very, very long time, for many centuries. So it doesn't matter if you're white, Black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. Very likely at some point your ancestry down the line owned slaves. Doesn't make it right, but that was just the way of the world for a very, very long time. So all these comments like, you're not Black, you can't speak about slavery. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. Slavery was a human rights issue across the world, across all races and all civilizations for a long time. And the United States was one of the first countries to abolish it very quickly and efficiently. So all the comments about being a non-Black person, you can't speak about slavery, every single civilization has experienced slavery at some point.
This Dijon mustard looking bitch. Like I said, all you can do is like really laugh at her ignorance, because like, why even, it's like the definition of why crying over spilled milk. So she basically is, and I'm trying to like not go and pinpoint every little thing that she said, because it's really not that much to pick apart. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So she starts off pretty much by saying that, did you know that Black people weren't the only ones that were affected by slavery and enslaved? Yes, we know that. Those of us who know history knows that Black people were not the only people that were enslaved or, you know, had slavery put upon us. We know that. But when you were talking about in your previous point, in your previous video about abortion being worse than slavery, we knew exactly which form of slavery you were talking about. Because see, the thing is, not to knock any other forms of slavery that has occurred historically, in some places slavery is still a thing. When it came to Black people in America, FBA, our slavery was like the benchmark of how a lot of other places did theirs. It's like we were literally like the blueprint, like the enslavement of our ancestors was the blueprint of how a lot of others did theirs. We had our ancestors had some of the harshest, if not the harshest forms of slavery ever documented. And I'm kind of jumping around a little bit ahead, but she mentioned how America abolished slavery so quickly. I didn't know 400 years was quick. 400 years? That's a long time. Unless you can go to sleep one day and wake up 400 years later after just one nap, then yeah, that's quick. But she basically, what she's doing is she's downplaying it by saying, oh, this wasn't the only form of slavery. There were other forms of slavery. So why is your slavery, like, why is the enslavement of Black people, why is that the one that's always the one that's talked about? Why does it? Because it's making it seem like it's overshadowing everyone else's struggles and troubles. And basically, to wrap it all up, she's trying to tell Black people to just get over it. That's what she's saying. She's using the typical white rhetoric of just get over it. But other groups can hang on to what has happened to them historically, even if it did not directly affect them. But historically, what happened to their ancestors and their ancestry to put them in a position where they are, they can hang on to that. But when it comes to Black people, we're just told to get over it. That's literally what she's saying. What she said in this second video that you just heard. That's what she said. And like I said, she's found her niche. She has found her little shtick because of the people pushing back against what she said. So now expect her to continue to do this. Remember how I told you in my previous one, I saw her where she was a guest on Candace Owens' show? This woman is literally going to be the quote unquote exotic version of her. Even the Sambos get copied by outsiders. Go figure. Go freaking figure. I'm talking about the lacking of originality. We trying to shake our coonettes and coons and Sambos over here. Meanwhile, we got to deal with people like her who are trying to mimic them. I'm telling you, we get hit at all angles. We are literally all we got. And I'm fine with that, because I'm fine with having to deal with people like this, with people with the mindset that I have. We don't have time for all the extracurricular outsider bullshit. We are too late in the game to have to continuously contest and deal with this foolishness. But let me tell you something right now. I'm going to try to refrain to having to do any more commentaries about her. Hopefully this will be the only one. And if the next time I do one, y'all know what that means.